Can't say that Dallas doesn't love you.
You're right.
Are you okay? Oh my god! Oh no!
Whoa. See that guy right there? Well, that guy's actually me. Believe it or not, I was once president of the United States. Now, I bet you're wondering how I got myself into this situation. Well, it all started in the summer of 17. I, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, was born May 29, 1917, in the town of Brookline, Massachusetts. My dad, Joe, was a businessman and politician, and my mom, Rose, was always by his side. I grew up in Boston for the duration of my childhood and attended Harvard University. I didn't get the best grades at Harvard, so I went into the Navy. I served in World War II for 2 years and came home. My dad helped me win a seat in Congress when I got back, and a few years later, I took the election to become a senator. Around that time, in 1953, I married my beautiful wife, Jacqueline Kennedy. I wasn't always the most faithful to her, but she was there until my final moments. I served in the Senate for almost a decade, and in 1960, I decided to run for president. In a hard-fought and brutal election, I beat Republican contender Richard Nixon. I was faced with many challenges in my time as president. First, I had this really good idea that we would send in all the Cuban exiles from America to help overthrow Castro in Cuba. But that didn't exactly go to plan, and it left me with even more problems. About a year later, some of my spy planes flew over Cuba and came across a very disturbing discovery. Russia took a couple of their nukes and put them 90 miles from Florida. This led to a period of real stress for me as I went to sleep every night wondering if there'd be an America to wake up to and whether I'd be responsible for the destruction of that America. It took me a little while, but me and Khrushchev finally came to an agreement. I took the missiles out of Turkey, he took the missiles out of Cuba, and all was well. I'm not gonna lie, I had some issues early in my presidency, but I was really coming into my own when I took that visit to Dallas. But hey, what are you gonna do?
Sir, could I have a word with you?
What seems to be the problem, officer?
No problem. Just need to ask you a few questions.
There's no need for any of this, right? Whoa. See that guy right there? Well, that guy's actually me. Believe it or not, I was once a soldier in the U.S. Marine Corps, but a lot has changed since then. Now, I bet you were wondering how I got myself into this situation. Well, it all started when I was born on October 18th, 1939 in New Orleans. My dad died before I was born, and my mother often moved the family from city to city. I can't say I was the easiest child to deal with growing up, as my mother had me evaluated by a psychiatrist who deemed I had a personality disorder at the age of 12, but that ain't important right now. I followed my brother's footsteps and joined the Marine Corps in 1956, just 6 days after I turned 17. I finished 7th in my training class and was awarded a specialty occupation as an aviation electronics operator. In my spare time, I tried teaching myself Russian, but didn't make much progress all that fast. Despite my successes in the Marines, I had a few mishaps. I was court-martialed once for shooting myself in the elbow with an unauthorized handgun. Then I got court-martialed again for fighting with the officer who busted me the first time. I was later honorably discharged because I needed to care for my sick mother. In 1959, just before I turned 20, I traveled to the Soviet Union with the money I saved up from my Marine Corps salary. After being refused Soviet citizenship, I tried to kill myself, but I couldn't even do that right, and Soviet officials kept me in the hospital. I later convinced them that I really wanted to be a citizen, and they let me work as a lathe operator in a workshop. Turns out there's actually nothing to do in Russia in the early 60s. At the time, I was seeing a girl named Ella German, and then I proposed to her in 1961, but she said no because she didn't love me. Yeah, unbelievable, right? I didn't even care though, but it's whatever, I'm over her. Anyways, I met a way hotter girl named Marina Prusakova and married her 6 weeks later. We moved to the US with our firstborn soon after. My home country wasn't much better. I couldn't keep a job for long and had a few run-ins with the law for communist activities or something like that. I got a job in Dallas and saw my opportunity to get back at the world and make a statement against the government when I heard President Kennedy would be riding around the middle of the city. You probably know the rest of my story up until now, so I think that covers it.